everyone, I am in the great outdoors. It is super sunny out today in Colorado, so I decided I wanted to sit outside for this because it's so nice. If you hear other sounds happening, like there's birds chirping right now and whatever, just bear with it, I guess. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that I recently just had a little hair cutting incident. I wasn't trying to give myself bangs, for the record. What I was trying to do was I was trying to like give myself those like two little strands like of hair that people wear when they like wear their hair back or up, and they have those two cute little hair strands that like fall naturally and gracefully. It just ended up looking like a chopped piece of just bad. So that's why my hair is like clipped back here. You don't need to pay attention to that. Okay, so this video is going to be about my experience and my journey with Lyme disease. If you haven't had it, you probably know someone who has had it. In fact, my mom also had it. My mom has chronic Lyme, which means she got Lyme disease, she was bit by a tick, she got Lyme disease, and it went undiagnosed for so long that now it's like permanent. So I got Lyme disease, I don't know when. Don't know how long I had Lyme disease before I actually found out. Here's the story. I was having a whole lot of chest pain. Now I think it's unrelated. I'm really not sure still. That sucks, but I was having a ton of chest pain in 2018, which is when I decided to do the Disney college program. So then, Misty, what are you doing? Oh, she's playing with her tennis ball. So I started working at Disney World. I was in Florida and whatnot, and it just started getting worse. And so I sent in some blood work to this naturopath in Maryland that my mom actually saw. It came back positive for Lyme disease, which was surprising, and that's what can be kind of scary about it. So right away I had to go on treatment for this, and it's hard because some people know right away if they've been around ticks or if they've been bitten by a tick. They can see it, pull it out or whatever. I didn't have any of that, so I literally have no idea how I even got Lyme disease. We think it might have been a year since I had it, so in that case it differs. The treatment differs. You can treat Lyme disease with antibiotics if you know you've recently been bitten. Otherwise, if you've had it for a while, you can't just use antibiotics to get rid of it. It's why I went to a naturopath, and so he started me on the Cowden protocol. What that is just I had to take a bunch of herbal supplements. I think I took them for maybe a year and a half, and then now I'm still on these like transfer factor pills to help my immune system and that kind of thing. It's so bright out. So what I had to do was, first of all, I had to leave the Disney college program, go home, and start this treatment. This treatment included drinking water. I had to drink like a ton of water. I don't remember how much exactly, but I had to drink water every 15 minutes, like at least 2 ounces every 15 minutes, however that much makes in a day, I don't know. Because without hydrating your cells, you can't get rid of that bad bacteria from the Lyme disease. So drinking water helped like replenish my cells and like was just part of the process. Then I had all these different herbal supplements. Like I could not even tell you all of the names of them. What I had to do was I had to take supplements in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, and before bed, and I couldn't take them with food. It had to be like separate. I had to measure out, okay, starting off, I had to take 5 drops of this, 2 drops of this with water. Then I would add on, and by the end I was taking like 30 drops of this plus 20 drops of this plus 25 plus 30 drops with water, and then like different, it was a lot. It was a lot to keep track of, and I had this whole planner, which really helped, and I really could not have done it if I was not as organized of a person as I am, so I pat myself on the back for that, or shoulder. Then I wanted to move in with my boyfriend who was back in Florida, so I moved back down to Florida and I was in so much pain. Like my chest pain came back, and so we didn't know if that was because I was just starting this new treatment or if it was having to do something with Florida and how humid and maybe there's mold, you know. It could have been the environment playing a factor too. I'm not sure to this day, honestly. So I started experiencing a lot of symptoms, a lot of which I hadn't experienced before, because if I had, I might have had an inkling that I had Lyme disease. So I am just gonna look up some symptoms. Where's my iPad? Oh yeah, it's behind me. This thing is colossal. This is my family's iPad. It's amazing. It's where I like do all my sketches and designs for my channel and stuff. Okay, from various websites. This is the CDC website. These are later signs and symptoms, days to months after a tick bite. Severe headaches and neck stiffness, facial palsy, loss of muscle tone or droop on one or both sides of the face, arthritis with severe joint pain and swelling, particularly the knees and other large joints, intermittent pain in tendons, muscle joints, and bones, heart palpitations or an irregular heartbeat, episodes of dizziness or shortness of breath, inflammation of the brain and spinal cord, nerve pain, shooting pains, numbness or tingling in the hands or feet. That's fun. Other symptoms include, well, a flat circular rash that looks like a red oval or a bullseye anywhere on the body. That would be an indication of you having Lyme disease. I did not have that, so I would not have known that. Actually, a majority of people who have Lyme disease do not notice a rash or that they were even bit. So, just be mindful of that. The number one symptom, I think, of Lyme disease, or maybe the most noticeable, is fatigue. I was so exhausted from doing nothing, and it was just horrible because I wanted to go out and do stuff. Like, at the time, I had 2 dogs with my ex, and I wanted to go out and go on walks with him, but I could not make it that far without feeling exhausted, and then I would start to get headache and I would have to go back, and it was really sad. And then also, I noticed myself having trouble focusing a lot. At that time, when I had just moved back down, I actually started a job with Starbucks, and working at Starbucks is amazing and I absolutely loved it, but you have to know how to make a ton of drinks and how much of what goes into everything. And when I was first starting out, I had just been fresh on this treatment, and it was really, really hard for me to focus and concentrate on what I was doing. I would hear stuff and then I would have to, you know, it's like when you're reading and you're not really paying attention. You have to like go back over everything. That was really tough for me because I'm such a fast learner, and I was not picking up on things as quickly as I would have liked to have been. You can also have changes in your mood or your sleep habits. I definitely had issues with my mood, and that was really noticeable because of me living with another person at the time. It was really hard to just figure out where my mind was, but having someone also there to point that out to me was really helpful. It was just a lot to go through, not just for me as an individual, but for 2 people who had just started dating. That was really hard. Misty, don't eat leaves. I'm in the shade now, darn it. Gosh darn it. I cannot tell if this is... Ew, is that a spider web? Ew. Okay, yippee. Other symptoms include unexplained hair loss, headache, mild or severe seizures, pressure in your head, dental problems, sore throat, clearing throat a lot, phlegm, hoarseness, runny nose, double or blurry vision, oversensitivity to light, decreased hearing in one or both ears, buzzing in ears, pain in ears, oversensitivity to sounds, night sweats or unexplained chills, heart palpitations or extra beats, endocarditis, heart blockage, peripheral neuropathy or partial paralysis, pressure in the head, numbness in body, tingling, pinpricks, poor balance, dizziness, difficulty walking, increased motion sickness, lightheadedness, wooziness, this is a lot, unusual depression, yes, disorientation, getting or feeling lost, Feeling as if you are losing your mind? Over emotional reactions, crying easily, yes. Too much sleep or insomnia. Difficulty falling or staying asleep, Narcolepsy, sleep apnea, panic attacks, anxiety. Memory loss, short or long term. Confusion, difficulty thinking, difficulty with concentration or reading, going to the wrong place. Speech difficulty, difficulty finding commonly used words. Stammering speech, forgetting how to perform simple tasks, unexplained weight gain or loss, extreme fatigue, swollen glands or lymph nodes, unexplained fevers, continual infections, symptoms seem to change, come and go, pain migrates to different parts of the body, low body temperature, allergies or chemical sensitivities, and increased effect from alcohol and possible worse hangover. Yikes. So, yeah, I could not have worked at Disney and gone like as hard as I was used to going in my job and my work ethic and done this and actually healed from it. So I'm really grateful that I was able to work at Starbucks like kind of part-time. Well, it was seasonal. It was only for the winter season because of Christmas and stuff. It was so busy. I'm really grateful that I was able to keep that job and have it kind of be not so difficult for me to do while I was going through that. Hi, Misty. What are you eating? Don't eat rocks. Don't eat those. I'm going to take these rocks away because I don't want you eating this. See this rock? Bye. I will feed you later. You won't starve, I promise. Getting back into it. Misty, stop eating leaves. In the middle of treating Lyme, I had to go back to school and get my degree, so I'm just happy it wasn't towards the beginning that I was in school and treating Lyme. I would have been miserable. So I went back to school and then I was still on this treatment, and it was even harder being in a college dorm and not having a car and, you know, not having the best nutritious meals and stuff to support my body, but I got through it. Then I went back down to Florida. I finished the program in August and I was really happy to be done because it was just such a pain taking these supplements. You know, sometimes you have to take them to go if you're, you know, going to class or going to work, or if you just want to go to the beach, and you just have to be mindful of what time you're taking them because you can't take them with meals and stuff. But once you get the hang of it, I got the hang of it pretty quickly. It was just another thing I had to do. I'm so glad that I did it, and now I'm all the better for it. Here's another thing. I had tested positive with this naturopath with a blood test I did, and then because I wasn't in Maryland, I also went to my regular doctor, and they tested me and they were basically like, you don't have it, it's negative, which is what every single regular doctor will tell you ever, because their test is like not as detailed as a test that a naturopath does. If I hadn't had Lyme disease like these regular doctors were saying, then I would not have felt all of those side effects and stuff when I started treatment for Lyme disease. So I just want to say their tests are wrong. So if you think you have Lyme disease, definitely go see a naturopath because they know what they're doing. I trust them personally. This is all just my opinion, but in my experience, naturopaths know what's up, and regular doctors are just trying to sell you drugs and stuff and work with the industry. They told me I didn't have Lyme disease, which was just wrong. So I was like, okay, doctors, I'm not going to listen to you. So I went back to this naturopath, started the program, and lo and behold, I definitely had it because I definitely felt a lot of stuff. If you think you have it, be careful how you go about it and make sure that you're in the right hands. That's what I would say to you. If you or someone you know have had Lyme disease and you have anything you want to add or share with me, go ahead and comment down below. I would love to hear about your experience or someone you know. So that's my story. Everyone is different. This is just one of many things people can get or have in their life, and it happened to me, so I just wanted to go share my story with all of you in case any of you have had it or know someone who's had it or have no idea what it is and just wanted to hear. Misty, no, do not eat that. Come here. Good girl. What was I saying? Yeah, maybe some of you haven't heard about it and you wanted to learn more about it or wasn't sure what I was going through maybe, so this is that and I hope it helped. I hope, why do I always do every time before I talk? I always go, okay. Like why do I do that? Anyway, thank you for listening. So I will, oh gosh, I don't know how to end my videos. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely give it a thumbs up. If you have a Gmail/YouTube account, go ahead and subscribe so you can keep following along with all of my awesome videos. I don't know what I'm gonna make next, but that's part of the fun. So I will see you all next time in my next video.